Are you an introvert that feels the dating world favors extroverts, that charisma and seduction are solely for the outgoing? Well, let me stop you right there. Because not only can introverts be seductive, but they can also have a magnetic, quiet charm that is irresistible. And in this video right here, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that. Being charismatic is not about being loud and the life of the party. You can also be quiet and silent and draw people into your energy. Mastering subtle, confident moves that make people lean in to get closer to you. And these are exactly the skills that introverts excel at. In this video, we're going to bust myths about introversion. And we're going to dive into practical, actionable strategies that'll make you go from shy to magnetic. With that being said, let's get into the video. Firstly, let's define introversion. Introverted describes a personality trait where a person tends to be more focused on their inner thoughts and feelings rather than seeking external stimulation. Introverted people are often more reserved, preferring solitude or smaller, intimate social settings, and they may find larger gatherings or extended social interactions draining. Now let's define what an introvert isn't. Introverts aren't shy. While some introverts may be shy, introversion itself isn't the same as shyness. Shyness is more about social anxiety or discomfort, whereas introverts simply feel more energized by solitude and often prefer smaller, meaningful social interactions over large gatherings. Introversion and being shy are completely different. Introverts don't like people. Introverts enjoy socializing, but may prefer it in smaller doses or more intimate settings. They value deep, close connections and often have close-knitted friend groups rather than extended social circles. You are human, and being a human, you like people. You need people to survive. We're made to be in tribes. You're made to be tribal. We're made to be a part of communities. And if you don't have people around you, you are depressed. It doesn't matter if you're extrovert or introverted. You need people. And saying something so stupid about yourself that I hate people, when truly you need them the most, is going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy that'll chase people off. Introverts aren't good leaders or public speakers. Many assume introverts lack the confidence or charisma to lead or speak publicly, but introverts can be powerful, inspiring leaders and effective speakers. They tend to be thoughtful and strategic, bringing unique strengths to leadership roles and public speaking. There are plenty of examples of introverts nowadays being massive leaders. Introverts are not fun or outgoing. People often believe introverts don't enjoy social activities, parties, or spontaneous outings. However, many introverts enjoy these things, but need time to recharge afterwards. Introverts may be just as adventurous and spontaneous as anyone else, but often reserve these sides of themselves for people they trust. It's about trust. You're not so good with people you don't know, and that's okay. That's something we will work on in this video. However, you are not somebody that doesn't need friends or is bad with people or wants to just be solely by himself, staying in his mom's basement, sticking in your house and not leaving, ordering Uber Eats every day, never giving people eye contact. That's unhealthy. That's unhealthy for any introvert. That's unhealthy for anybody. Introverts are insecure or lack confidence. Many assume introverts are uncomfortable in their own skin, but introverts can be highly self-assured. Confidence isn't exclusive to extroversion. It's more about self-awareness and self-acceptance, which introverts often cultivate in the time spent alone. Look, if you're not confident, it has nothing to do with something that's preordained in you. You can be confident within yourself. Again, this is something we'll get into, but confidence is very much interconnected to being charismatic and seductive. If you're not confident within yourself, nobody else will be confident in you. And confidence is key and paramount to being seductive or charismatic. Now let's get into the definition of seduction. Seduction, the act of enticing or attracting someone in a way that arouses deep interest, fascination, or desire, often with the intent to create a strong personal or romantic connection. It involves a skillful use of charm to draw someone closer emotionally or physically. As an introvert, are you born to be a weaker subspecies of the extroverts? No. Is it your genetics? No. It's something that anybody can improve, you included. Now we're going to get into actions that make you sexy. I can only plead with you guys so much to work on yourselves. A lot of you guys are going to look at the content in this video and say to yourselves, oh, that's not for me. This isn't me. That's not something that I would do. Of course, it's something you wouldn't do. Because what you've been doing is getting you the outcome you have right now. And if you want something better, you have to change the actions. And if you're going to self-lie, if you're going to say, oh, I'm going to do that later, I'm going to do this at this far-reaching future time, you're making excuses. You're making straight up excuses. If you needed to get it done, you could 100% get it done now, today, this week. And if you're somebody who says, oh, I'm not somebody who would do that, I can only plead with you so much until it's lip service. You're not going to do it, then what's the point of you even watching this video? So be very open-minded about the content and try to catch yourself when you're trying to come up with excuses about each of the points. If you truly want to get better in this field and you want to become more seductive, please, for the love of God, take my advice. Now we're going to embrace introverted strengths. Comfortable with silence. Many of you guys say, oh, I don't know what to say. If you're in a situation where you are connected with somebody, where they're your friend, where it's a girl that already likes you, where you guys are already meshed together, perfect. That you have to get comfortable with silences around your friends. If you're beating yourself up and overthinking during the silences or not being comfortable with it, you don't always have to have an answer to everything. And it actually will let people engage with you more. And the more people engage, the more people speak to you, the more people try to start the conversation, the more they invest. And the more somebody invests, the more that their action feeds ego, the more they will say to themselves, I must like him because I'm fighting for his validation. Which actually takes me to my next point. Become a vacuum of qualification. Something that prevents people from connecting with you or even allowing them to chase you is that you are trying to present them a certain character. You're saying, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. Let them come up with the answers of who you are. If you're trying to paint a picture for everybody constantly, don't be surprised that it comes across very button pushy and not very authentic. And don't be surprised that they start catching on to the fact that you are trying so hard. On the other side, though, if you don't try whatsoever, and instead you stay on your heels and you don't qualify yourself, people will start qualifying themselves to you. This is why it's called a vacuum of qualification. The less you qualify, the more other people qualify to you. And again, an action feeds an ego. The more they qualify to you, the more they're backwards rationalize. I must like him. Stillness and slow languid movements. Slow languid movements indicate that I am at ease in my environment, that I'm not somebody who is weak, that I'm solid, that I'm strong. You don't always have to be loud and extroverted to exert your power. You can do it, again, through silence, through vacuum of qualification, and through your actions, through your movements, through the way you speak and move. The way you speak and move is essential to the way that people perceive you. And if somebody who's really jerky, again, I always put it this way. Are you a deer where a leaf snaps in the forest and you snap your head to attention? Or are you more like a lion who is slow and languid, who moves very slow? Are you somebody that comes across at ease in any environment? Take on the mindsets of the lion versus the deer. The next piece is eye contact. Eye contact is essential. Now, there is such a thing as too much eye contact. The thing I tell a lot of my clients is just notice the color of their eyes in conversations. Just on occasion, notice the color of somebody's eyes. This will be plenty of eye contact. It won't be over the top. It won't be too much because there is such a thing as too much eye contact. At some point, it starts getting awkward. It gets predatory. It can put people in their head. You don't want to do that. So pressure on, pressure off, pressure on, pressure off. Eye contact, no need for eye contact. Eye contact, hey, what's that over there? Eye contact. The myth that introverts can't adopt skills of extroverts is stupid and psychologically unsound. Anybody that's versed in psychological literature knows that personalities change all the fucking time. You're not the same person you were 10 years ago, 5 years ago. You changed. But we're changing instead of like a leaf in the wind, like you have been up to this point. Instead, like an arrow to a target. A lot of you guys self-lie around the idea of being introverted. To be fair, being introverted is not a curse. You're not stuck this way. Psychological literature backs this up, by the way, for anybody that actually knows psychology, who's actually taken it as a major. Heads up, introversion is not permanent. Introversion is not something that you're stuck with. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Being more talkative, being more outgoing, as somebody that is single who doesn't have any friends, yeah, you have to talk to people. If you don't like somebody, though, you can walk away. You don't have to talk to them any longer. Now, like I said in the beginning of this video, you're going to start taking different actions if you want to become something different. It's not as simple as just watching this fucking video and destroying the seductive world. You're not going to do that shit. So firstly, clean up negativity. A strategy I give a lot of my clients is something that helped me out a lot in my early 20s. Wear a bunch of wristbands, and when you have a negative thought, take the wristband, snap yourself, reframe the thought, go about your day. Again, wear a bunch of wristbands, because if you're somebody who's truly negative like I was, you're going to break a lot. Because of mirror neurons and emotions being contagious, if you're negative, nobody wants to be around that because you're making them negative. You're making them depressed. You have to fix yourself. Stop overthinking. Again, a lot of introverts, we overthink. I'm an introvert too, naturally. And overthinking makes conversations so awkward. A lot of you guys know this. A lot of you guys are awkward in conversations. It's because you overthink. You think about shit that's not worth thinking about. Get used to, you have to clean up your thought process, clean up to the point to where you're not thinking dumb shit like that. You have to think about things that are actually relevant. And if you were to believe whatever he said, if you were to like actually just go all in and be cool with whatever he said and not overthink it, people would just assume that that's cool or that's just the way it is. Nobody's going to assume negatively of you. You can even make mistakes. You can even be awkward, but if you're confident about it, nobody's going to feel that what he said was awkward if you don't treat it like it's awkward. When you overthink every dumb thing in a conversation, it also drains you. A lot of you guys feel drained after conversations. The reason you're drained is because you're fucking overthinking. You're thinking too much about dumb shit that's not worth thinking about. Something that could help you out and helped out a lot of people, meditation. I did quite a bit of it back in the day. Now, cold approach is my meditation, but yeah, overthinking, it's just, you are hurting yourself by overthinking. You think you need to do it. You think you have to do it. You think that you have to plan every little fucking thing out, hit it from all angles. It's not going to help you out. Practice self-love. You have to be your own best friend. And if you don't believe in yourself, she won't believe you. He won't believe in you. Why would somebody believe in you if you don't? And charisma has to do with belief. It does. Believing in yourself is one of the core tenets of charisma. Now, the next part is going to be the hardest for most of you guys, but you have to do it. Daily extroversion. Find little reasons throughout the day to be extroverted. Push a conversation one sentence further than feels comfortable. When you're in Uber, give a compliment to the Uber driver. When you are at the register buying something, give a compliment. Make a friend. And if you're somebody like me who works remotely, then you should be not working at a desk like I am right now. You should be going to a cafe. After I'm done here, I'll probably go to a cafe, somewhere that's social, edit this video up. I'll be in public. It's an extrovert action. It's an extrovert action that feeds my ego, that teaches my brain that I am somebody that loves conversations, that loves talking to people. And it'll slowly start pushing your personality in the direction of extroversion. And slowly over time, you will become more outgoing, more talkative, more confident in social settings. It's all about practice. Another thing that helped me out a lot was method acting. I will watch actors who are charismatic, who are outgoing, who are social, who move and speak in a certain way that I want to adopt and bring into myself. I oftentimes will stand in front of a mirror and I will talk to myself and pretend as if I'm somebody else. I won't look at myself as if I'm me. I'll look at it as if I am talking to a stranger. What is the energy I'm giving off? What is the vibe that I'm giving when I'm speaking to people? You can even record this, record the audio, the video, replay it so you can watch yourself. But this was something that helped me out a lot. I noticed that I smiled apologetically, so I stopped doing that. I noticed I spoke too quick, that I had an upward lilt in my voice that made me sound gay. Another thing you guys can start doing is journaling. Start understanding yourself and understand that future version of you that you want to become. If you understand that future person of you, that target that you're shooting for, you will become them a lot easier. If you know in yourself the sticking points, the problems, the mindsets, the beliefs, the habits that you have that are bad, and you understand the habits, mindsets, beliefs of the person that you're going to become, you can move towards him. But if you don't have any direction, if you don't know what you're doing wrong or right, of course you're not going to change because you don't have any direction. Become irreplaceable. Become so talented that people have to put up with you. Become so talented, you cannot be replaced. This one's self-explanatory, but if you're somebody in life who is not winning, who is not irreplaceable, because you haven't developed any talents or skills that people need, it's a lot harder for you to start acting in a way that is disagreeable, that is confident, that is self-assured, because you can be replaced. A lot of people in your life that you know who are very confident, the main reason they're confident is because they can't be replaced, because they're skilled in something that people want or need. You can do that too. Choose something, write down right now. After this video, write down a list of things that you can develop skills in, that you want to develop skills in, that will make you more valuable to people around you. Your life is a reflection of you, point blank, period. If you want something different, you have to change yourself. I'm sorry it's not an easy answer. I wish it was. But if this was easy, everybody would be doing it. And it's not. If you want to become something different, you have to do something different. And that's an unfortunate reality of life. Don't take this video for granted. Do exactly what the fuck I say in this. I've been doing this for a long fucking time. Been doing this for 15 years. I know what it takes to get a guy into a new headspace, into a new place in life. But yeah, if you guys are interested in coaching, you can text me up at 702-841-9909. And if you guys did like the video, make sure to like it, comment below if you guys have any questions, subscribe. And with that being said, peace.
Too much, you fucking capping G. You bitch, you quit to rap about the shit you know you'll never be.